Alright guys, today I'm here with another Tesla Model 3 2021 video for you guys. Today we're going to be looking at the lighting upgrades that I've done over the past week. I've gotten some lights installed that I did myself that I've gotten from a couple of companies out there that I want to share with you guys. We did some mods on the exterior lights, we did some mods on the door lights, we did some mods on the inside, we even upgraded the puddle lights on the side that show like a cool Tesla symbol on the floor. So we did a lot of lighting upgrades over the past week, so I want to show you guys how that looks like and how easy it was to do. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, here we are with another Tesla Model 3 update for you. And for this video, we are talking about the light upgrades that I did on my car, as you guys saw in the title of the video and in the thumbnail. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the ones that I actually did here. So let's start off with the most obvious ones, which is the door. So when you open the doors on a Tesla, if you guys remember, when you open the doors and you have the long range model, you have white lights that usually are, when the door opens, you have a white light. In this case, we don't have a white light. As you guys can see, I added puddle lights here. And I'll have links to everything I use in the description. So if you guys want to buy these exact lights, I will obviously link them in the video below. And as you can see, it has the Tesla symbol on the front there. I think it looks fantastic. I don't know how well it's coming across in the video, but it is vibrant, it is bright, and it looks really, really good on the ground when your door opens. And yeah, it looks really good. And it was a really, really simple mod to do. I do recommend getting, basically, you can either use a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, or you can use a little wooden piece that you can buy from them for like $7. I chose to use a wooden piece just to be safe, and it worked really easily. I can't really show you underneath the car, but basically the lights are underneath right here, and there's a little clip on the end of it, and you just put the flathead screwdriver or the piece that they give you, and you basically push it in and pull up a little bit, and the light will basically come and drop down. You remove the clip in there that's in there, and they have videos. That's why I'm not doing a tutorial on how to install it, because this company that I have linked below has a tutorial video online already, which is what I followed, so there's no reason for me to, you know, do the video there. So you guys can find it on their YouTube channel to how to install these for sure. But rest assured, it was a really, really easy mod to do. It took literally 5 minutes. You swap out the white lights and you put in this one. Now, something to keep in mind is that you do need to realize that you do need the premium interior, because the premium interior is the only thing that is the only way you can get ambient lights. So if you don't have ambient lights, then you won't be able to get the light upgrades for the Footwells and stuff like that we're going to talk about here in a minute, because you need that ambient light mode on the screen, because it's turned off on the regular Model 3 2021. You need the long range or above. So something to keep in mind. So we did that to the front, and then on the back here, when you open the car door, you could see that there's nothing shining, right? And I thought something was wrong with my Model 3, but I asked the community, and something that maybe isn't well known out there is that when you have both on the doors open, I guess there's not enough power to do both lights, so only one door will actually activate while the other door is open with the lights. So as you can see, the front one is still lit, but the back one has nothing. But as soon as I close the front door here, as you can see, the back door opens, or sorry, the lights flash on the back one. So something to keep in mind. It's vice versa too. If you have this one closed, if you have the other one closed and this one, then the other one will shine. And it's only on the side door that you're actually on. So I can open up this door here and then the other side door over there, as I'll show you right now, with no issues at all. It's just that you can't have this two doors on the same side open. So I can open this side here, and you can see it works just fine, and I have the Tesla symbols there on the front. But as soon as I open the back door on here, as you can see, nothing on the back. But as soon as I then close the side door, you can see here that now the back is open. So something to keep in mind. It's a tip that I haven't heard anybody else talk about, but something that I confirm with a lot of members in the community, and that is exactly the intention, because there's not enough power to basically drive both doors at the same time on the same side. But as you can see, I added the blue doors. I replaced the white ones, and they're much brighter, much better looking in blue. And being that my favorite color is blue, I think it looks really, really good on this car here with the white as soon as you open the door. So the next lighting upgrade that I did, besides replacing the light bulbs on the actual doors here, is the Footwells. So as you can see here, the Footwells were usually lit up in white before, and it wasn't very lit compared to what it is now. even though maybe not coming across in the video, it is a lot brighter than the old ones were. And I did it on the front, which is really easy because you can just replace the bulb on the front with the exact same method. So there's, you know, you go to the back, there's a light up there, as you can see. And there's the light up there, and you just basically pop it out and pop the new blue one in there, and you're all set to go. Just like the door lights, it works the exact same way, except you need specific lights for the Footwell. So again, these will be linked in the video down below. You can't use the same ones you use for the door on the Footwells. I'm not sure why, but you can't because they won't work. So I did that for the front, and you can see I did it over there as well. Now, what I also decided to do is there was no lights on the back seats at all. It doesn't come with any lights in the back, not something that has any power to do or anything, but they do sell a kit that you can add blue lights to the back, as you can see here. And what it is actually really simple. You basically, there's a silver bar. Again, they have tutorials on how to do this, so that's why I'm not showing you an exact tutorial, but there is a silver bar underneath the chair towards the front, and you basically use a sticky that it comes with a LED strip, and you basically attach that LED strip to the front of the seat on that silver part facing backwards, and you can see it lights up really well on both sides. And then you run the cable. I had mine underneath the carpet. It's going through the side here. It's the only thing that you can see is the cable that runs through the side here. You can see the cable dangling right here. It comes to the side of my chair and then hides underneath the carpet here. And then if you see on the front here where the light is that I was talking about, that is the light. So if you want the back seats to be actually lit up, then you will have a cable here. As you can see, it's coming out of the carpet, and then it goes here, because what's happening is that you're using the same power that's driving the front. So it basically comes with a splitter, and you plug in the light for here for the front, and then it comes with the splitter, and then you use the splitter to also plug in the back ones and run the wire. So it's really, really cool, really easy to do. And you know, you can hide the wire really easily. But if you don't want to do the back ones and there's no wire at all, obviously you wouldn't see that. You're just replacing the light bulb up there at that point, just like the door, and you're all set to go. But then of course you don't have the lights in the back, which I think are really awesome and look really, really nice up in there, in my opinion. And the cable's not anything anyone's ever going to see. The other side's done the exact same way. You take a strip to the back of the chair, you go along the side, and you go up, and comes with a splitter, and you do the same thing on the other side. And it's really, really simple and really easy to do. But do know that you're going to hide some cables a little bit through the carpet and stuff. But again, no one's going to see it. No one's looking up there, all the way up there. So you can't even see it up here. You would have to go like this. So, and the rest of it is hidden by the carpet and then on the side rail of the seat, and then goes right underneath where the light strip is. And then the other mod that we did, which I'm sure was apparent that you guys already saw, I got this kit from Amazon. And basically it is for the center console and up there as well. Now these are Bluetooth controlled, and I could use my phone to, you know, basically make this any color that I want. I'm not doing it right now because I'm using my phone to record this right now, but you can just use, the app. It comes with an app. It is a Chinese app. But it's just a very simple app. You select the color, it connects it to Bluetooth in like 3 seconds. No issues at all. And you can set whatever color you want. But what's really good, because I'm probably never going to actually change this, is the blue lights that you actually use in the actual strip here. You don't actually have to change it once you change it to the color. So once I make it blue, I never have to worry about it again. And then the lights will always stay blue. So even when I turn off my car and come back the next day, I don't need to go into the Bluetooth app every single time to make these colors the way that I want. The only time you need to go into the app again is if I choose to change the color, or there's this mode in the app that kind of listens to the microphone of your phone and then kind of tries to go to the flow of the music that you're listening to in the car, but the app has to be running on your phone with the microphone listening to it. So not really a feature I care about. I just wanted the actual lights to look good. And this is what they look like. So it's for the console here and then goes in there. Now this one definitely has some wiring as well. Basically what it does is if I open here in the center of the console, you can see the lights go into here, and they have these little things that you just kind of plug into again. These guys also have a tutorial video on their channel, and basically you get a little device that kind of goes into the crevices here, which let me tell you right now is a pain in the ass. It was really easy to get into here, but once you get into the corners, it's a royal pain to get in here. And this was made for the Model 3 2021 edition, and I still You can't tell. It still looks really good, but I don't have those corners in all the way because I kind of gave up when my wife said I can never notice. Nobody else is ever going to notice, but they're not in all the way like they should be because we gave up because the corners were so much. But I think it looks really good. You know, if I tried hard enough, I probably could get them in the corners, but they look good as is. No one's ever going to notice that they're not flush all the way in there when they're sitting in the car. And they look really good. Basically, it plugs in through a cigarette lighter here. There's an on and off switch right here if you want it to. And then you just run the cables through here. Now, something to note here, since it's plugged into the cigarette lighter, they did make a change on the Model 3 with this version here. So basically what happens is if you have this plugged into the cigarette lighter, anything that's actually plugged in there, if you have Sentry mode turned on, for those of you guys who know what Sentry mode is, the security system of the car, then these lights will never actually turn off even when you turn off your car and leave, you know, go inside or whatever. So basically what happens is you have, you can either turn it off here by using the on and off switch in there, and then of course it will turn off. But if you wanted to just turn off with your car, like of course I do, then the problem is that you're going to have that issue. So instead of worrying about hitting that button there, what I do instead is when this car is home, if you set Sentry mode to not turn on when you're on home, like I do, because I'm in a driveway, then these lights do turn off with the car, and anything in the cigarette lighter will turn off when your car turns off. And these lights turn off like about 5 to 10 minutes after you leave your car when the car goes into its regular sleep mode. And then when I'm at ShopRite or something and, you know, Sentry mode is obviously turned on, these lights do stay on in the car, but it's obviously not a big deal. I haven't noticed it taking any negative effect on the battery or anything. And it actually looks kind of cool that the blue lights are kind of sitting in there. And again, we're just talking about these lights here, this and that strip. We're not talking about anything else with you know, the Footwells or anything. Just these two stays on when Sentry mode is turned on. So I just have it excluded to, you know, my home currently. And that makes it easy for these lights to turn off. If not, you could use the button there if you want to turn it on and off yourself. Not as convenient, of course, so I just do what I just said with the Sentry mode. But the lights do look good. I do wish these were a little bit brighter, but they still do its job. It still looks good at night. You know, if I turn off all the lights in this car here, if I turn off the top bulb lights here for you guys, you can see how everything looks. They still do look really good and, you know, look really solid. And as far as how these are connected here, for you guys, so let me turn these lights back on here so you guys can kind of get an idea of how these look like. So this one's easy because it's just a strip that's going around it, and of course the cables just go into there and they're hiding and they're plugged in right there, and then you just close this and you're kind of done. So the cables are all hidden away. You could actually just buy a kit with just a center console, which a lot of people just like to do this. If that's all you want to do, you won't see any cables anywhere because it's all hidden in here in the storage compartment and you're done. However, if you want to do the top as well, like I did, then the way that they have it, since the Model 3 changed and there's no actual hole in here, basically what you have to do is it comes with a 3mm tape, and in the actual area here, this is actually taped to the top with a 3mm tape that it came with, and you kind of just tape it up there. Since there's no actual crevice to put this, you can see I can fit my finger in between it. So obviously this wouldn't stay up without any tape, and the tape and that go along the whole entire thing and come all the way across here. The tape has been holding off pretty well. The only location that had a little bit of issue is there in that corner, as you guys can see there, but it's still holding up really, really well after 4 days. And then it comes with a strip there at the end. As you can see, that in the corner is where the light ends, and it has a silver piece over there that looks exactly like these. It's a silver piece that goes in there. That's what's sitting in the corner there by the door, and then the cable kind of runs underneath the carpet there, as you guys can see, and then underneath the chair, and then underneath the chair it kind of rides up right here, as you can see. From underneath the chair it rides up right into this. So this is the only visible cable that you can basically see, and then of course the blue ends right there with that connected right there. So there is slight cable work or cable management there if you're using this top portion here. So if you want no wires at all, again, just get the center console, because this adds a really nice look to the car with not having any LEDs inside. This one you can do, but like I said, it does require you to hide the cables underneath the rug, and you are going to see a cable no matter what going in through here on the side. It's not really any other way of hiding it because it has to go into here where everything is plugged in. But for me, it's worth it for it to look like this, because no one is ever going to notice that this cable is dangling right there on the side. That's literally the only cable. The only person that's going to know that is the passenger, and that's even if they look there, because it's literally riding up while they're sitting here. They would have to know it's there because it's on the side of them, and they don't have to look for it. So My wife didn't even notice it until I told her and pointed it out. So she probably would have noticed it eventually, of course, but she didn't notice it until I told her, hey, look, there's a cable there. What do you think? And she was like, no, that looks fine. And then this cable here dangling here, dangles there for a second, of course, as you can see there, and then goes underneath the rug, and then you never see it again. So there's that visible wire, and then the visible wire here. To me, it's worth it. Not something that people are really going to notice. And it makes the car look a lot better with these blue lights inside. I wish the Tesla came. My only complaint about this car so far is that for a car that's futuristic, I'm all about LEDs and stuff, and I wish I had more and cooler interior lighting. Like, yes, it came with the Footwell lights on the front, only in white though, and that's it. And the doors were also in white, but it would have been nice if you can not only have Footwells on the front, but also on the back, and also let them customize the color. Let us going into here and say, hey, I want the lights blue, I want the lights green, I want the lights red, and make them brighter too. That's my only caveat so far with the Tesla that I didn't like as far as the interior, is that there was no blue lights. But luckily, third parties to the rescue, basically, and this came out really, really nice, in my opinion. A couple of cables that stick out, but for me, I like it regardless. And like I said, if you don't want any cables to be shown anywhere, then just get this, and it's still going to look fantastic. And then you just hide all the cables in here, and you don't see anything. But I think this looks really nice up here, and it's held up well for the last week, at least, with that tape that they gave, the 3mm tape, which you obviously can't see underneath there, and it's attached to the top and hasn't moved, since I've been driving it around. So really, really cool stuff. I will put the links of everything that I talked about in today's video underneath the description, as always, guys. And if you have any questions about installations on this, or what I think about this or that, leave those questions down below for sure, guys, and let me know your thoughts about how this looks inside. For those of you guys who are asking if I'm making more Tesla videos, I definitely will be. My next video will be the review of the Tesla Model 3 coming from a techie perspective. So basically the technology stuff in the car. I'm not a car guy, I'm more of a tech guy, so I'm going to be reviewing the car from that person's perspective. So looking forward to doing that video, guys. And if you guys have any questions about what you guys saw in today's video here, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.